she has gotten significantly bigger. Stephanie White has confirmed it. Stephanie White has gone out here and confirmed that Caitlin Clark has been bulking up. Like, that she's bulked up as a player and that she's no longer like...
Caitlin Clark has quickly made a name for herself in the WNBA, not just for her incredible shooting skills, but for a transformation that's caught the attention of everyone in the league. Clark has been hard at work in the gym, bulking up and becoming stronger and more explosive than ever before. Her coach, Stephanie White, has confirmed that Caitlin Clark is no longer the skinny player many might have perceived her as when she first entered the league. She's been putting in the work to not only improve her game but also her physical presence on the court. This offseason, Clark focused on building strength, recognizing that in the WNBA
over her, but they didn't read the whole thing that she said. But nobody's printing. You know, Diana Taurasi was right. This kid's on the wrong team. She's got the wrong skill set to handle the physicality of that league. And she's a rookie. And if you're a WNBA player, if you're any kind of player, you're going to say, I'm going to...
That if she wanted to truly dominate at this level, she needed to get stronger. Now, after months of training, Clark is no longer the target of shoves and pushes that might have rattled her early on. Defenders, who once thought they could use their physicality to disrupt her game, now face a much more resilient and formidable opponent. Let's rewind to her rookie season. Clark was undeniably impressive but faced significant challenges. Defenders from around the league, including players like Dayani Carrington, Kennedy Carter, and Angel Reese, went after her with everything they had, pushing her, tripping her, and trying to throw her off her game. They assumed that Clark, still adjusting to the professional game, would struggle with the WNBA's notoriously physical style of play. They thought that relentless hits would wear her down. But they underestimated her. Instead of letting the physicality intimidate her, Clark took it in stride. She learned from it, adapting her game to be more durable and tougher in the face of constant pressure. And now, we're seeing the results. Caitlin Clark didn't just absorb those hits, she grew from them. With a relentless focus on building strength in the weight room, she's not just stronger now, she's faster, tougher, and more explosive. If she was already putting up 30-point games while being knocked down, just imagine what she's capable of with her enhanced...
I mean, that's clearly a foul, which was called. The question is, will they call it unnecessary? Kennedy
has praised Clark's transformation, highlighting how much stronger and more resilient she is this year compared to last. Her arms are now capable of swatting defenders away, and her core strength is unyielding. It's clear, Caitlin Clark is no longer a player who can be physically dominated on the court. Her game is built to withstand the intense competition of the WNBA, and she's ready to take her play to the next level. What's even more exciting is the ripple effect her transformation will have on the league. Defenders are no longer going to be able to intimidate her or take her out of her game. They're going to have to adjust to her
questions. I know that you work really hard in the off season. You said yesterday you're always trying to get better. What's the thing that you're working on in this off season?
I think, honestly, besides the actual basketball skill part of it, I think getting stronger, that's what I'm focusing on. I'm in the weight room a lot, just building that strength. Obviously, it was hard going right from the college season to the professional season. You don't get to spend a lot of time in the weight room, so that's what I've tried to focus on the most here. And then obviously, a lot of things on the court. I'm always wanting to get better, and that's kind of what drives me, and I love it. I love getting to do it, and I feel very fortunate that it's my job.
Brilliance. Caitlin Clark has become a force to be reckoned with, an unstoppable player who is not just a shooting sensation but now also a physical powerhouse. The WNBA has been put on notice, and they may not know what hit them. Caitlin Clark has been on a mission this offseason, and the results are undeniable. Opponents once aimed to make her life difficult, fouling her, knocking her down, and even trash-talking as if they could contain her. Despite the physical punishment, Clark still lit up the scoreboard. Now, they'll face an even stronger, quicker, and more focused Caitlin Clark. This is a true powerhouse, and opponents can no longer underestimate her. Clark recently dropped her daily off-season workout routine, and it's clear, the WNBA is in big trouble. Remember when Geno Auriemma doubted if Clark could withstand the league's physicality? Well, Geno, what's your excuse now? Caitlin Clark has transformed into a powerhouse, and the league is about to experience her full force. Here's the thing, when Caitlin Clark is on a team, that is the right team. It's like saying Michael Jordan wasn't on the right team, it's the right team because he is on it. Clark has completely changed the game in the WNBA. Last season, defenders thought they could intimidate her. They thought they could push her around. This time, though, she's the one making the contact. No longer being pushed around, Caitlin Clark is now creating her own space, asserting her presence on the court. She's not just a perimeter shooter anymore, she's confidently driving into the paint, overpowering opponents, and demanding respect from every corner of the court. The most impressive part? Opponents have no solution for her newfound dominance and versatility. Clark feels like she's just scratching the surface of her potential, with so many areas she still wants to improve. But one thing is certain, she's on a path to greatness, and every defender in the league is on high alert. Clark was already one of the most formidable offensive talents in the WNBA, but now she's developed a
too weak to be in the W, but like she was too weak to be like an imposing presence in the W like she was in college, because she could be physically dominated. And then obviously we have seen throughout the offseason, we have seen like
down a defender, using her newfound strength to dominate under the basket, effortlessly scoring or finding an open teammate. This isn't just a tactical shift, it's a complete nightmare for every team in the league. With her expanded skill set, there's no longer any way to contain her. Opponents are going to struggle to figure out how to counter her relentless attack. Someone on social media said, "The league is not ready for Caitlin 3.0, and honestly, they're right. The MVP is hers for the taking." Caitlin Clark didn't just put on weight, she put on muscle. Her physique is now stronger, with noticeably bigger arms and wider thighs. This isn't just a transformation, it's a statement. The entire WNBA is on high alert. Caitlin Clark isn't coming back for just another season. She's coming back as a completely transformed player, one who has put in the work to dominate every facet of the game. Defenders who thought they had her figured out are in for a rude awakening.
If Caitlin Clark is on the team, it becomes the right team. Because Caitlin Clark is on it. It's like saying Michael Jordan's not on the right team. It's the right team if Michael Jordan is on.
It's about dominating her opponents. It's about establishing herself as a generational talent in the WNBA for years to come. Caitlin Clark is focused on the long game, and she's ready to prove that she can sustain her dominance for the future of the league. The crucial question now, can she effectively utilize her newfound strength in actual games? The answer is a resounding yes. Clark has done an incredible job in the weight room, focusing on strength, stability, and efficiency. She's worked tirelessly to fine-tune her game, and it's showing. She's more balanced, more explosive, and more dangerous than ever before. Clark's transformation isn't just physical, it's a complete overhaul of her game. The player that defenders faced last season is a shadow of her former self. In her place stands a dynamic athlete who has expanded her offensive arsenal and forced the entire WNBA to rethink their defensive strategies. Last year, she dazzled with her elite speed, remarkable shooting, and jaw-dropping passing. While those elements remain intact, now she's added powerful moves that make her nearly impossible to defend. Those smaller defenders who once tried to pressure her are about to realize they're out of their depth. Caitlin Clark has evolved beyond their tactics, and the WNBA isn't ready for what's coming next. Caitlin Clark's post-up game has taken a massive leap forward, and it's on full display. She's now backing down defenders with ease, firmly standing her ground against physical play.
Let's go! Fever admin, I love you. Caitlin put some weight on, bro. She definitely got in the weight room. And like, I don't think Caitlin put weight on. I think Caitlin put a lot of muscle on. I think that's what the biggest difference is that we're seeing out of Caitlin. You know, going into this upcoming season, I think Caitlin put a bunch of muscle on, and it shows. It shows within her, you know, her body frame. It shows that her arms is bigger and her thighs is way wider. She
contact and sinking fadeaway shots like a seasoned all-star. This addition to her skill set presents a whole new challenge for defenders, who are now left scrambling to find a way to counter her impressive improvements. Stephanie White knows exactly what she's talking about, confirming that Clark's newfound strength is a game-changer. After the Olympic break, Clark began posting up guards with ease, using that double bang move with her left shoulder, followed by turnaround layups or floaters off the backboard. It worked brilliantly, especially when she took on bigger guards in the paint. But Caitlin Clark's transformation doesn't end with her post-game. Her driving ability has skyrocketed, too.
In the weight room and really focusing on her areas that she needs to focus on in terms of strength, in terms of, low center of gravity, time under tension, like all of those things. I think the next step is efficiency.
She bumped her off balance when she drove to the rim, but now she's the one initiating contact. She absorbs hits and finishes strong at the basket. Those challenging layups that often rattled out? Now they're converting consistently. This isn't just about Clark getting stronger, it's about her completely redefining her playing style and eliminating any exploitable weaknesses. Opponents thought physicality would wear her down last year. Well, now she's built to withstand it. Caitlin Clark isn't just a perimeter threat anymore, she's a versatile, all-around force, and the WNBA has no idea what's coming next. But her evolution extends beyond scoring. Clark's newfound strength is enhancing her playmaking ability as well. She's now able to fend off defenders longer, maintain her dribble under pressure, and create passing lanes that didn't exist before. Picture this, Clark is trapped by 2 defenders, but instead of getting overwhelmed, she powers through the pressure and delivers a pinpoint pass to a wide-open teammate. Already an elite passer, her added physicality is transforming her court vision into an even deadlier weapon. This makes her a multifaceted threat that defenders can no longer afford to ignore. The challenge for defenders. So, what does this mean for defenders? It means that Caitlin Clark is going to be a nightmare to guard. If defenders can't bully her, their usual tactics.
Because we saw after Olympic break when Caitlin Clark got stronger that she was posting up guards. Like, she doesn't have very many post moves, but that double bang with her left shoulder into the turnaround layup floater thingies off the backboard, it worked really well. And like, we saw her taking some bigger guys.
And too skilled for those tricks to work anymore. Consider how significant this transformation really is. Experts are already speculating that Clark's enhanced strength could lead her to average a double-double in points and assists this season. That's Hall of Fame level excellence we're talking about. Imagine the impact of a double-double in every game. Caitlin Clark is on track to redefine what it means to be dominant in the WNBA. Clark's relentless drive to improve. What truly sets Caitlin Clark apart, though, is her commitment to improving every single aspect of her game. She's ensuring that no defender can exploit any weaknesses. Recall the workout video that went viral on Twitter, amassing over 2 million views in just 24 hours. It wasn't merely a showcase of her skills in an empty gym, it was a strategic blueprint for total domination on the court. That video revealed Clark's laser focus on 3 key areas of her game. What's even more exciting is that Clark is working on her weaknesses, not just the glamorous parts of her game. She's honing in on the details, addressing the areas that will make her even harder to stop. And that's what has people talking. Fans and analysts alike are buzzing about her commitment to improving not just as a scorer but as a complete player. Conclusion. Caitlin Clark's off-season transformation isn't just physical, it's a complete overhaul of her game. The WNBA is about to face a version of Clark that's stronger, quicker, and more versatile.
She's going to have that in her arsenal, and it's going to make her harder to defend. It's going to make her way, way harder to defend because, like, if you can't bully her, it means that the Dejanay hand check through three-quarter court isn't